Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of our collective past. Today, we find ourselves at the threshold of a fascinating tale, one that has captivated the imagination of people for centuries: Marco Polo's travels to China. This epic adventure, which spans thousands of miles and bridges two vastly different cultures, is a testament to human curiosity and the unrelenting pursuit of discovery. As we delve into the origins of Marco Polo's journey, let us transport ourselves to the bustling city of Venice, Italy, in the mid-13th century. The year is 1250, and the Polo family, renowned merchants and traders, are preparing for an extraordinary expedition. Niccolo and Maffeo Polo, Marco's father and uncle, respectively, have already traveled to China, establishing a connection with the mighty Kublai Khan, the founder of the Yuan dynasty. Their initial journey took place in 1259, when they set out from Venice, accompanied by their brother, Marco's grandfather. As we imagine the Polo brothers setting out on their journey, we find ourselves in the vibrant marketplace of Constantinople, where East meets West. The air is thick with the smells of exotic spices and freshly baked bread, as merchants from all corners of the known world converge to exchange goods and stories. The sound of haggling merchants, the clanging of hammer on anvil, and the murmurs of curious onlookers create a cacophony that echoes through the narrow streets. It is here, in this melting pot of cultures, that the Polo brothers would have gathered information about the Silk Road, the ancient network of trade routes that connected Europe to Asia. The Silk Road, established during the Han Dynasty, had been a conduit for the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures between East and West for centuries. The Pax Mongolica, a period of relative peace and stability under Mongol rule, which began in the early 13th century, had facilitated increased trade and cultural exchange along this network. As we follow the Polo brothers on their journey, we find ourselves tracing the paths of countless merchants, travelers, and diplomats who had preceded them, each leaving behind a trail of stories, goods, and ideas that would shape the course of history. Their travels took them to the court of Kublai Khan, who ruled over the vast Mongol Empire from his capital in Xanadu. In 1261, they arrived in this fabled city, nestled in the heart of modern-day China, where they were received by the Khan himself. The Polo brothers' experiences at the Mongol court would have a profound impact on their understanding of Chinese culture and politics, shaping their perceptions of the Orient and influencing the course of their subsequent journeys. As we explore the historical context of Marco Polo's travels, we find ourselves immersed in a world of vibrant colors, exotic smells, and captivating stories. We meet figures such as Rustichello da Pisa, the Italian writer who would later collaborate with Marco Polo on his famous travelogue, and other merchants, travelers, and diplomats who played a crucial role in shaping the narrative of Marco Polo's journey. As we prepare to embark on the next stage of our journey, we find ourselves poised on the cusp of a new era, one that will be marked by unprecedented exchange, discovery, and transformation. The precursors to Marco Polo's travels have set the stage for an epic adventure, one that will take us across vast landscapes, introducing us to fascinating characters and cultures. Join me as we enter the most pivotal phase of Marco Polo's travels, a period that will forever change the course of history, and delve into the heart of his journey to China, where the boundaries... Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we're exploring the fascinating tale of Marco Polo's travels to China. As we find ourselves in the midst of the 13th century, Marco Polo, accompanied by his father Niccolo and uncle Maffeo, sets out on an extraordinary expedition to China. The year is 1271, and the trio is about to embark on a journey that will take them thousands of miles across treacherous terrain, through scorching deserts and over towering mountain ranges. Their destination is the court of Kublai Khan, the founder of the Yuan dynasty, who has established his capital in Xanadu, a city of unparalleled beauty and grandeur. As they travel along the Silk Road, the Polo brothers are struck by the vast array of cultures, languages, and customs that they encounter. They marvel at the towering cities of Samarkand and Bukhara, with their intricate architecture and bustling markets. They witness the breathtaking scenery of the Pamir Mountains, where the air is thin and the snow-capped peaks stretch towards the heavens. And they are awed by the majestic beauty of the Tibetan Plateau, where the landscape stretches out as far as the eye can see. Upon arriving at the Mongol court in 1275 Datai, Marco Polo is received with great fanfare by Kublai Khan himself. The young Venetian is impressed by the splendor and majesty of the Khan's court, where he is introduced to the intricacies of Chinese politics, culture, and philosophy. He learns about the ancient art of Chinese calligraphy, the delicate nuances of Confucianism, and the intricate rituals of the Mongol Empire. As Marco Polo navigates the complexities of the Mongol court, he begins to forge a deep bond with Kublai Khan, who comes to regard him as a trusted advisor and confidant. The Khan is fascinated by Marco's stories of Europe, its kingdoms, and its people, and he sees great potential for trade and cultural exchange between East and West. Marco, in turn, is amazed by the vast wealth and power of the Mongol Empire, which stretches from the Pacific to the Caspian Sea. During his time at the Mongol court, Marco Polo participates in numerous diplomatic missions, using his language skills and knowledge of European politics to facilitate trade agreements and cultural exchanges between the Mongols and various European kingdoms. He travels to the southern provinces of China, where he witnesses the vibrant cities of Hangzhou and Suzhou, with their stunning canals, bridges, and gardens. And he is introduced to the fascinating world of Chinese technology, including the invention of gunpowder, the compass, and the printing press. As we explore this pivotal phase of Marco Polo's journey, we find ourselves immersed in a world of wonder and discovery, where East meets West and the boundaries between cultures are forever altered. The Polo brothers' experiences at the Mongol court have a profound impact on their understanding of Chinese culture and politics, shaping their perceptions of the Orient and influencing the course of their subsequent journeys. As we reach the pinnacle of Marco Polo's influence and power, we find ourselves at the threshold of a new era, one that will be marked by unprecedented exchange, discovery, and transformation. The stage is set for an epic legacy that will forever change the course of history. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we're exploring the fascinating tale of Marco Polo's travels to China. As the years passed, Marco Polo's time at the Mongol court came to an end, and he began to make plans for his return to Venice. In 1292, after nearly 2 decades in China. Marco Polo set out on the long journey back to Europe, accompanied by his father Niccolo and uncle Maffeo. Their return journey was marked by challenges and adventures as they traveled through present-day Indonesia, India, and the Middle East. They sailed across the Indian Ocean, visiting the island of Sumatra and the kingdom of Ceylon, before arriving in the port city of Hormuz, where they boarded a ship bound for Venice. Upon his return to Venice in 1295, Marco Polo was greeted as a hero, regaling his fellow citizens with tales of his incredible journey and the wonders he had encountered. However, his stories were often met with skepticism, and many doubted the veracity of his claims about the riches and marvels of China. Despite this, Marco Polo's travels had a profound impact on the world. His accounts of Chinese culture, politics, and technology sparked a wave of interest in the East, inspiring countless merchants, travelers, and explorers to follow in his footsteps. The Polo brothers' journey also facilitated the establishment of trade routes between Europe and Asia, paving the way for the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures that would shape the course of history. One notable example of Marco Polo's lasting legacy is the impact of his stories on the development of cartography. His descriptions of the geography and climate of China. India, and other regions helped to inform the creation of new maps, such as the famous Catalan Atlas, which depicted the world with unprecedented accuracy. Furthermore, Marco Polo's travels also had a significant influence on the art and literature of Europe. His stories inspired writers such as Dante Alighieri and Giovanni Boccaccio, who incorporated elements of Eastern culture into their works. The vivid descriptions of Chinese landscapes, cities, and customs in Marco Polo's accounts also influenced the development of European art, particularly in the depiction of exotic scenes and motifs. In conclusion, Marco Polo's travels to China marked a turning point in world history, opening up new avenues for cultural exchange, trade, and exploration. As we reflect on his extraordinary journey, we are reminded of the power of curiosity, courage, and determination to shape our understanding of the world and our place within it. Join me next time as we explore more fascinating tales from the annals of history. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.